Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So my name's Jared Beckwith. If you don't know me, I'm an EEG technologist. I put wires on the patient's scalp, record their brain activity for the doctor. That's the basics of it. So I hired my first lawyer, and the reason for that is I started my own EEG software company. And when I first set it up, I set it up as an LLC, a limited liability company. Now, I didn't really know too much. I just knew I had to start a business because me and my programming business partners, we won a programming competition, Texas Children's Hospital's Hospital of the Future competition. And once we won that, we're like, well, we got to start a company. We got to get this product into hospitals. So let's make it a company. So it started out as an LLC, cost not that much money. Put it up on LegalZoom or something. It wasn't even that complicated at all. Just filled in some basic information. Boom, I got a company, couple $100, easy. But I found out that making my business a Florida LLC was actually a mistake, but I don't feel too bad because I was watching this lecture from Stanford by Paul Graham, and he was talking about how Mark Zuckerberg started his business first as a Florida LLC, and he said that even you guys know better than to do that.
Mark Zuckerberg did not succeed in Facebook because he was an expert in startups. He succeeded despite being a complete noob at startups. I mean, Facebook was first incorporated as a Florida LLC. Right? Even you guys know better than that.
And when I was watching that lecture, I had no idea. I was like, why is that bad? But I don't get the joke, guys. Since I'm not a Stanford genius, I wasn't in on the joke. But now looking back on the video, I understand the joke, because you don't want to start your business as a Florida LLC. If you're building a tech company, you want to build it as a C Corp, a corporation. And the reason for that is if you want to give out stock to your co-founders or future investors, you need your business registered as a C Corp. And it would be best registered as a Delaware C Corp if you're creating a startup. So this is super common in Silicon Valley out in California, where the startup culture, starting new businesses is like a super common thing. That happens all the time out there. So I had to interview a couple lawyers to find out which ones can help me out with this problem I'm having of converting my Florida LLC to a Delaware C Corp. And the only reason I learned about changing it to a Delaware C Corp is because I interviewed these lawyers in the first place. So if you've never hired a lawyer before, like I haven't before this, lawyers will talk to you for free on the phone for like 30 minutes. You can get a free consultation because you gotta, interview them to see who's the best, who do you want to work with. So knowing essentially not too much at all about creating a corporation, I set up calls with all these different lawyers, maybe like 3 different lawyers I hopped on a call with. And I was asking them all different types of questions. And by the time I got to the third call with the third lawyer, I was speaking the lawyer language, the corporate language. And that was kind of shocking. I would learn so much from these free calls from these lawyers. And then I eventually picked which one I thought was best. So by the time I was talking to the third lawyer, I was straight to the point. I'm like, I want to authorize 10 million shares. I want 5 million outstanding. I want to issue 1.5 million shares to each of my co-founders. I want a 500,000 share employee stock option pool so I can give employees stock in my company as well. And the lawyers were like, by the time I got to the third lawyer and you see me talking all these business law terms, I asked him how much it was going to be, and since they think I sounded like a rich CEO, in reality I'd learned this stuff like a couple weeks ago, and they're like, yeah, it might be like 10 grand. For each call that I had with these lawyers, the price kept getting more expensive as I went on. The one that was the cheapest was my first call, where I sounded like I knew literally nothing because I didn't know too much at all. So that ended up being the one that I went with, because the more smart I sounded, the higher the price was. So they probably thought I had a real crazy corporation or something, the way I was talking. And I was saying I want 4-year vesting schedules. I want a 1-year cliff. I was talking real venture deals. Oh, because I read this book called Venture Deals, and that's where I got some of the basic terminology down. And 4-year vesting schedule, that just means if someone joins a company and I want to give them stock, they have to stay at the company for 4 years to get their full amount of allotted stock. Now, and a 1-year cliff means if they leave the company before 1 year, then all the stock gets put back into the employee stock option pool. So this way, by having this employee stock option pool, I'm able to spread ownership of the company to people who aren't even like at the top of the company. I can give them stock in my company vested over 4 years. So they get a little bit of stock each year that they work at the company. Now, that's a pretty good plan to grow a business. So I literally paid thousands of dollars, about $2,500 to restructure my company so that I could give away parts of my company to future employees. I'm paying money to give away percentages of my company. That sounds insane in the short term, but in the long term, if it attracts the right talent and it gets the right people here, and we can make the whole greater than the sum of the parts, it'll be all worth it to give away a percentage of my business to my first key employees, or should I say partners, because I want them to be partial owners in the company as well. And that's pretty much the big idea behind changing my business from a Florida LLC, which was a mistake, but I didn't really know what I was doing in the beginning anyway, so I couldn't have known, to a Delaware C Corp. So my business is, number one, able to take investment from any investors, and I've had a past doctor who expressed interest in investing in my company. And there's only going to be more and more. If one person's interested in investing, there's going to be lots of people interested in investing, especially as my EEG software improves day by day, gets better and better. Demand is going to increase over time, investors and customers. But a dilemma I'm having is that I can't make any money from this until it's cleared by the FDA, which is going to take, the earliest I can submit it in is October of 2022, and it's going to take at least 6 months for them to review it. So I'm spending thousands of dollars and stuff like this, but I'm not able to make any revenue due to the FDA. But it's a necessary evil, as long as everyone else has to do it. I mean, hey, it's just part of the game, guys, part of the game. And so I'm thinking of different ways to make money in the meantime, so I'm not just sitting around. I mean, I'm making money on my EEG job, but I want to be able to make even more money so I can pay my engineers more money, so they're happier and we can make more progress. And yeah, so it's official, guys. I changed my business from a Florida LLC to a Delaware C Corp. Ion EEG LLC is now Ion EEG Inc. Incorporated, guys. This is a big milestone. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm out here sweating in the car. It's getting too hot. I gotta go out to the mall. Ooh, that breeze feels good. I'm gonna get some food and probably edit this video and post it. So thank you all for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Hope you find this interesting, me changing my business to a corporation. It's interesting, especially if you're interested in starting your own business maybe one day. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.